Hey champions, this is Arian Tyson, the Dark Knight from St. Louis, Missouri, representing Slick Town to the fullest. And I'm just coming back at you with this new installment of my video blog. It actually has been a while since I've done one. There's been a lot going on, but just to let you know that I have not forgotten about you all. So I thank you for the constant feedback, the words of encouragement, even the constructive criticism that I've received from the prior video blogs. So if you haven't seen the prior blogs, feel free to go check them out and leave a comment and just share them with others. I wanted to talk today briefly about the importance of taking accountability for your mistakes. And this may be a really personal one. We're just going to speak from the heart and just see where it goes. This is not scripted. We're just going to speak from the heart, as we always do. This past weekend was I had a very exhausting weekend, and being that right now it's about 95 degrees in St. Louis, the heat was not helping. So I had a lot of things going on. There's been a lot of things that has transpired personally, where I have friends who are in the hospital. I have friends who who have lost loved ones, friends who have loved ones who are sick, and doctors have said that they're pretty much terminally ill. There's nothing that they can do. And this snowball effect has happened really within a matter of days. Last Thursday, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before last, is when I found out that I had a business partner who was in the hospital due to a house fire, and over 50% of her body was burned. And then hours after that, I found out that my best friend of 16 years, his mother was placed in hospice care. Now, she has had cancer since late 2010, and I've been aware of that. But that text message came, just out of the blue. It was something that I just did not expect, and it happened hours. I got the text message hours after I got the message about my business partner being in the hospital, after I got that message on Facebook. So needless to say, that was a very tough day for me, and it was so draining mentally, and it was so frustrating that I just had to get off of Facebook. I just shut Facebook down. I got a lot of messages, and I just really took my time responding to them, because I don't care how strong you are. Even the strongest of people struggle. Even the strongest of people have times where they're not so strong. And it's a testament to a person's character when they have people, that they're aligned with, that who can, just speak life into them and be of good courage and be of an encouragement to them, even in their time of weakness. And fortunately for me, I have those people. And I'm attracting those people into my life. So I don't have to worry about, staying down too long, because, it's just temporary. So, but 2 days after that, I received, I didn't receive it that Saturday. I found out that Monday, but it happened that Saturday. A friend of mine who I would consider myself being close to, who I grew up in church with, lost her mother on the 17th of August, and I didn't find out until last Monday. So 3 critical events occurred over a matter of days. And, it was very frustrating. And this past weekend, I had a chance to go to the wake of my friend's mother, and then I had a chance to drive to go see my best friend's mother, all in the same day, and they stayed south of St. Louis. So I did a lot of driving, and then I was at church all day yesterday. I went to 2 services, and one of my friends that I also grew up in church with, he was installed as a pastor. So needless to say, I was pretty much running on fumes, but I was able to get everything done. And so I made the intention to do this video blog, and here I am. So now that I have you caught up, I want to talk about why the blame game, why we shouldn't play the blame game. Why, if you play the blame game, you're ultimately going to lose. And there are many people that I know, whether it's from a distance or personally, that constantly make excuses and blame everybody for the reason that they're in the current situation that they're in. And if that's you, let me implore you that you just really need to stop it. You really need to learn how to be honest with yourself. In this case, you really need to be your own worst critic, because the fact is, you are responsible for every decision that you make. God gave us free will. And the thing is, because He loves us so much to show grace and mercy on us, we don't have to spend our lives trying to be perfect. And because being perfect is just not reality. You're going to make mistakes. You're human. The question is, are you going to own up to the mistakes that you've made? And recently, I have seen a lot of people and come across a lot of people I know personally that are not owning up to the mistakes they made, whether it's out of fear of losing something or whether it's out of fear of being ridiculed or being judged or whatever. And the thing about it is, you're talking to somebody, you're listening to someone who, in the court of public opinion, did everything perfectly, and yet to this day he still gets ridiculed for it. So the thing is, I'm telling you what I know for myself to be true. No matter what you do, you're going to have somebody criticize you. The question is, are you tough-skinned enough? Is your skin tough enough to weather the storm and to weather the disagreements that people will have? Because that just comes with the territory. That just comes with it's something that you just can't escape. So the worst thing you could do is become a people pleaser. That's the worst thing you could do. And in the end, the reason that I say when you play the blame game, you're going to lose is because those people that you're sitting up trying to please, those people that you're sitting up trying to put a mask on so that they can like you, so that you can fit in with them when they really don't mean you no good, in the end, they're going to go about their life, and you're going to look up and you're going to be a 2-time loser, because they're going about your life, they're going about their life, and you're going to be locked away in a room, light off, all mad at the world, when you really have nobody to blame but yourself. And so I caution you today, because there are too many people that live life like that. They live their lives vicariously through people that mean them no good. And to me, they personify the term common sense ain't always common. And the thing is, people need to stop putting their heart on a sleeve, or wearing their heart on their sleeve, to where they just act oblivious or become oblivious to common sense. You know, because I'm telling you what I know, when it happens, you get taken for granted. And that is a foul place and space to be in. When you do what's right, regardless to what the court of public opinion may say, and you get taken for granted because someone got too comfortable. And for those of you who are in that position where you've gotten too comfortable, so you become lackadaisical, so you become you start blaming people for your faults and your failures and why you're in the shape that you're in. I'm not going to say you really need to kick rocks, but I will say that you really need to be ashamed of yourself, because nobody put a gun to your head and made you do anything. And the fact is, you should never put yourself in a position where you're completely dependent on someone else other than God. And the thing is, it's too many people like that. It's too many people that I know living their life like that. And so what happens? You put these people on pedestals. And why does it sound like it's striking a nerve? Because you're talking to somebody. You're listening to someone who has always seemed to be put on a pedestal, as if he could do no wrong, as if he could just meet everybody's expectations. And the thing is, it almost made me take my life. I'm telling you what I lived. And the fact is, I lost track and I lost sight of who I was and who I was becoming. And the thing is, it took me being left for dead. It took me losing everything. You could say I had a Job experience, so to speak, for those of you who are watching this and familiar with the Bible in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I had a Job experience. I lost everything. Everything. And you heard the term, you didn't have a pot to piss in. I didn't have, in late 2011, I didn't have one to do that in. And yet and still, I made no excuses. When I had every right in the world to lash out, to take it to social media, and I see so many people making a fool of themselves on Facebook by posting all their personal business, I did nothing of the sort, because I wasn't going to give the enemy that satisfaction. But I rose from it. And there's power behind why I refer to myself as the Dark Knight. There is a story behind that. If you're familiar with that movie and then the movie after that, you would understand why I refer to myself as the Dark Knight. Because what the last 2 years has been for me, 2 years this month, actually 2 years this week, actually symbolize, it actually parallels many of the things that happened in that movie. If you look at the context of it. But yet, here I stand. I'm a lot better than I was this point two years ago. And I have rose significantly. I found the strength and power that I didn't even know that I had. And I can look back and say I had it I just hadn't tapped into it. The same, you have a similar strength and power within you. You just haven't tapped into it. And you need to surround yourselves with individuals who are going to help you tap into that power. You need to be around people that are willing to speak life into you and not just speak at you. I'm thankful for the people that I have in my life right now, and I'm thankful for the people that have left my life in the last 2 years. Because 2 years ago, promises was all I heard. And those promises were broken. And so now I am on the road towards my destiny, fulfilling my destiny, because I'm operating in my passion on purpose. I'm perfecting my passion, and I'm unapologetic about it. Has the road been perfect getting to this point? Absolutely not. But I thank God for being able to come up the rough side of the mountain. And I'm climbing that mountain. And I'm smiling while I do it. So, for those of you who understand that you have the power to be a blessing to others and are not afraid to share your story, feel free to connect with me, because I want to talk to you. I want to be able to encourage you. I want to be able to speak life into you. And in turn, you speak life into me. Because it's too much negativity out here. And everywhere we look up, it's trouble. And if I can just know that I touched someone's life by sharing my story and being transparent and not caring about what people think, then I know that all the storms that I've had to endure, especially over the last 2 years, was not in vain. So I'm going to wrap this up. Went a little longer than what I expected, but it is what it is. It's been a while. So feel free to connect with me at the link below. If you have questions, and by any means, if you want to join my team, because my team is rocking, we're growing by leaps and bounds. We're getting ourselves prepared for the harvest mentally and financially. So feel free to join my team by clicking the link below, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on the next vlog. Peace and love.